Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you spending some time here. So today I kind of have fall on the brain, and I've been thinking about this Halloween journal that I started last year. So I thought I would get it out and maybe start some work on it. It's early September, so it's a little early, but I have some time now so that I can get it finished. I'd like to have it finished before the beginning of October so that when I put out my Halloween decorations, I can put this out with it. I'd like to put this on a coffee table in my living room, to flip through and look at. I like to put some things out so that I can see some artwork on a daily basis. And on September 1st, which was Friday, I cleaned out, like I put away all of the summer decor and pulled out the fall decor. So the house is kind of decked out and it's kind of gotten me in the mood. So if you stay till the end of the video, I'll put in a little bit of footage of the decor I put out so you can see what my fall stuff looks like. I love looking at everybody's fall stuff. It's fun. Okay, so this is the journal I started last October. And I didn't actually start it until October. Hi, kid. Oh, we're going to have, crafting with cats today, I guess. Come here, sweetie. Yeah. So I thought, I haven't really looked at it since then, but I have been throwing some stuff in a tub as I came across it, thinking about it. So let's take a look at what we've got. I really don't think I did much in this at all. I think I just kind of constructed the journal, and then I kind of just fell apart with like decorating it. Come on, sweetie, hop down. There we go. So you can see on the front I've covered it with fabric. This is a notebook. It's just a 3-ring binder, and I decorated the outside with fabric. There's some fabric there. There's a different fabric on the back. And I put some lace in it, and I think I decorated all of the pages. I think the pages are edged in fabric and lace and things. This is part of a necklace that I just glued on, and then some trims, and then these of course are just game tiles, Scrabble letters. So let's take a look. So looks like I put some stuff in the pockets. Like I said, I haven't really looked at this since I did it last October. It's kind of been sitting on my shelf waiting for me to come back to it. Oh, I remember making some tags. Isn't it fun? Oh, I need to do something. This is really, really white. I should maybe ink that up, and so it's not quite so startling on that side. Oh, fun. Okay. I don't think I did any pages, but we'll do a quick flip just to see if any of the pages are done. Come on, sweetie. My cat has decided she wants to chew on the ribbons, of course. So I remember just picking some heavier papers and like gluing them together and doing little tabs and edges here. So putting some trim. Oh, I did that one. Oh, that's fun. That looks like chalk. Did I go around that with chalk? Maybe it's gesso. It's very, yeah, it feels very chalky. It's probably gesso. Might have even done a video on that, I'm not sure. So I'm just kind of looking to see what I've got. I see a lot of empty pages that are ready to be decorated, which is going to be fun because I'm really into Halloween this year. I don't know, some years I'm more into it and some years I'm not. This year I'm really feeling it, so. Well, that one's pretty with the lace. Nice texture there. I'd forgotten that I did like every page. But that's like kind of got a waxy feel. This is done with that technique that I got from Joy DeFee, where she put the wax on the paper to age it. God bless her. I hope she's doing okay. So, and then the back here, let's see. Oh, these are ATCs. Several years ago. What year does it say on here? This one doesn't say, maybe one of the other ones does. Several years ago, I participated in a Halloween ATC swap. So these are some of the ATCs I got. Sometimes a girl just has to drop a house on someone. And one, that's fun. Oh, 2020. Okay, so it has been, it's been like 3 years now. Oh, and this is one I made that I swapped. So that's fun. Whenever I do a swap, I always keep one for myself so I know what I did, and then other people's too. So these are fun. Are these all the same? That one's a different person. These two are the same person. This one's a different one. Yeah. And I know some of the other ones have gone in other things. Oh, this was last year. We did this at the Mac Museum. We saw Ron English is the artist name, and he was there and he did a talk. They did kind of a question and answer with him. There was a movie about him and his art, and then he was there to do like a Q&A. Yeah, and then we saw his exhibition. We were there opening weekend last year. And I thought his art is really strange and kind of creepy and kind of cool all at the same time. So I think it would freak me out to have it in my house because I feel like it might be staring at me. But in a Halloween journal, I think it's cool. So because clowns are kind of scary anyway, I think. But that's just me. So, all right. So it looks like I've put some things in the pockets and gotten a start on one of the pages. Okay, so I have lots of pages to choose from. All right, let's look. Let's take a quick flip through, set this aside here. Let's take a quick flip through here and see what I've got in the tub that I have kind of put aside here. So I've got some evening dresses, some ladies from the 1890s, 1895, that I think might be more Halloweenish, so I put those in here. Oh, last week I made this too, so I put that in my bin. Oh, a couple weeks ago I made this one. That one's fun. I really like that. I think she may just have to go on a page by herself. I don't know, I might have to do something, do some paint or something on the background, some kind of fun background, although there's a lot of backgrounds in there that are really just kind of cool paper. But I think that one's gonna have to go in there for sure. And then let's see, it looks like I've got some magazine clippings. A fly. That might be good. We could have the fly caught in the web here. Oh, and some bones. Ooh, he's scary looking. Kind of dragony. Yeah, I like that. He might be fun on a page, like coming off a page and have some fire or something, like paint some fire or something coming out, like a dragon. That might be fun. Okay, so I'm liking that. I'm gonna put that over here. Where the dead don't sleep. Oh, these are from, I cut out some mummies from an article in a National Geographic. So I think this is like an embalming area, although it looks like a graveyard. So I think we could use that maybe as a background. Oh, and those are bugs. Okay, so here's the mummies here. So some jars. Is it canopic jars? And then the revered kitty cats. Look at this one. I think something like in the background, that might make a cool background. And a horse. Oh, he's scary. Oh my gosh, look at this. He's still wearing the clothes. I cut these out quite a while ago, so I haven't really seen them in a while. Yeah, that one's definitely one I want to use, so I'm gonna put that here. Wow. I remember looking at this. I think I even actually stopped and read the article. I was harvesting the magazine, and it seems like I stopped and read about the mummies. These are in catacombs. Wow. Those are pretty cool. So I really love this one. I think that one would be a fun one to use. And then I have these bugs. These were from a different National Geographic. I think it was National Geographic. And it was like, was it ants? Different kinds of ants. Let's see, does it say? Yeah. Yeah, they're workers, queens. Yeah. Yeah, so this guy did all of these close-ups of ants because he thought they were so beautiful. He did all these close-ups, and there's like a whole book. So I love these. I just thought they were beautiful and a little frightening at the same time. Right. There's one on the other side. Wow. Look at the color on that. Okay, so maybe we could put an ant head. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna have to cut out some dresses and some ant heads here. Yeah. Okay, that might be fun. Oh, and then maybe maybe on one page, and then maybe on the opposite page, we could have the spider web with a fly, and I'll see if I can find, I'm sure I have a spider somewhere. Surely I have a spider somewhere. So we could have like 2 pages. Let's see if we can find a couple pages where maybe the ant head lady can be looking over across at the spider web. That one because I want that opposite. This one could be fun with this background. That one could be fun too with the colors. Let's find a page here. Maybe one of these. Maybe this one. Kind of like this. I kind of like the idea of this one because I like the idea of putting one of these fancy ladies, like with all of this lace and this fancy background, and one of these dresses, and then a head. We'll have to give her something to stand on, I think. And then like maybe this over here, and maybe a fly is caught in the edge. We can maybe put some webbing around him. We can draw some webbing across him and have a spider coming up, and maybe connect these. Yeah. Okay. All right. We've got a plan. So I'm going to do some cutting, and I'm going to see if I can find a spider. So I will be back in just a couple minutes. Actually, I'll be back in a few seconds because it'll just be bam, and I'll be back. So see you in a few. Okay, I'm back. I've cut a few things out. I actually went back to my book of dresses and picked a different dress. I've shown you this before. This came from the antique fashion paper dolls of the 1890s. I thought this color looked better with the page. So the other ones I had kind of just clipped and tossed in my bin were black and red. And this has to have a little bit of red on it, but I felt like the brown went really well with these brown backgrounds, and this kind of peach color. It just seemed like this was a better fit. So I liked that one. And I narrowed it down to 3 different ant heads. And so I want to kind of audition those. So I like this, and I kind of like it cocked so it looks like she's looking this way. I think she's like the ant queen, and she's gonna watch like what's happening over here maybe. So there's that one, and there's this one, which I don't like as well as the first one. And then there's this one. I like that one too. So that one, I really like the shape of that one. Or that one. Gosh, I don't know. It's like the optometrist. 1 or 2. I think maybe I like the shape of this one. This one's a little oversized too. I mean, they're both oversized, but this one is more of a sense that it's oversized. And I like the color contrast here, I think. Okay, so I think we'll go with that one. So I dug around in my bugs and butterflies bin, and I found a few things that I think might be fun. So I found this, which came from a book on insects. And so it's just a bunch of ants, and I thought maybe she's the queen of the ants. She's the ant queen. And so she can be kind of, you know, being carried along on a carpet of ants. Like they you know, they move along and just carry her. She doesn't even walk. They just carry her. So I kind of like that idea. So I thought we'd put this on here and then cut this off on the page. And then she's just kind of watching over here the spiders, you know, what the spiders are doing. So I like that. Might have to ink up some edges. This may need to get a little ink on it, just to kind of, you know, dull it down a little bit. So this is the one I had originally pulled for this, but when I was looking in my bin, I found this one. Now I had done this one last week at the same time. It's bigger, you know, it's a little softer. I think when I did it, I thought, well, it's a little sweet. But I think with the idea of the lady, you know, watching, that maybe that would be more fun. I also found some of these jeweled spiders, so I thought they might be fun. These came from Jolie's Boutique. Looks like it's joliesboutique.com. I have had these forever, so I don't even know. I probably got them from a grab bag at a thrift store. You know, they were probably in with some Halloween stuff or something like that. But I'm thinking with the pearls, you know, and some of these maybe bejeweled spiders scattered around, that might be really fun. But I kind of want to do something to connect this to this kind of background. And so when I was looking in with those jeweled spiders, there's this. This is really small. It's a little sticker. But I like the idea of just having something white. Now this is corrugated paper, so it's got a lot of texture to it. So it's going to be really hard to draw on. So I'm wondering about using you know, like a glue stick, like hot glue, and kind of, you know, doing, you know, like looping some hot glue, just kind of making a design, and then putting this over the top of it so that the edges, I mean, just kind of maybe out from the edges, you know, kind of putting that on top, and then the spiders on top of that. So that's kind of my thought. So let's start. Let's take these pages out so we can work on them a little bit better, more easily. And we can set that aside. Let's set this over here. So we can still see that they're going to go together. We could start by inking some stuff. I think maybe, since I know for sure what we're going to do here, let's start with that one. Let's trim this off a little. See if I can get a straighter edge. Let's just set that aside for a second. So I think if she's just carried along on this carpet of ants, that might be a good idea. So let's see. I think we can ink that up a little bit just to give it a little more grunge effect. Vintage photo. I don't think my vintage photo may or may not be all dried up. May not be anything left in it. Probably needs to be re-inked. Oh, apparently there is. I was thinking that it was it was pretty much a goner, but apparently it is not. I've had these for a while, so, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they need to be re-inked just because I've had them for so long and I've used them a lot. And sometimes, too, I find that it depends on the paper, you know, that it's, oops, okay, well, just match that together when we glue it. This was across, I think it was across a page in the book, so. I know I'm going to cut some of this off, but I'm just going to go ahead and ink it because wherever else I will use it, maybe I'll just put it in my bin and use it as part of the background somewhere else in the same book. Do you guys do that? Like you use part of something and so then you put the rest of it in your bin to use again, maybe with something else. And I just put that back there and cut off the edge. I think that's better color-wise. I like that it's kind of a little more grungy. They kind of look more like there's a mass of them moving. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and glue that down. And we'll see. I don't know if we need to edge her. She's got that dress. I mean, we could give her a little more grungy look just by edging her, just to make her look a little older. I feel like I should get out my brayer just to help stick some of this down, but we'll see. Okay, see if I can match that little edge there. He's got his little legs. That looks pretty good. Grab that brayer. Here we go. Okay. Trim off my ants there. I think I'll just put that back in. There's just a little scrap. I can always just put it in with the scrap stuff as well. Let's see. Okay, so do we want to ink her? Do you think she could use a little vintage photo, or is she already kind of beigey enough? Maybe it would just give a little more definition around the edge with a little bit of the vintage photo. Let's see. Just a little darker line. I think. Yeah, just a little more patina. Her neck's going to be covered by the ant head, but that's okay. Maybe just a little. There we go. Okay, and she's going to be here. Do we want to have her holding something? Should we ink the ant head too? It's really dark around the edges. I don't know that it needs it, but I'll throw a little on there just in case. I wonder what could she be holding something? What could she be holding? She's got a hand sitting here, and I feel like we've got her kind of looking that way. I wonder what she could be holding. I don't want to glue her down until I decide, because I think I might want to cut right here and slide something up under that. Maybe instead of the fly being over there, could she be holding the fly like a purse? Do I have a smaller? We could have her, wonder if she could be holding one of the little spiders. Gosh, you turn it this way and it looks like it's looking straight at you. I like it better when it's looking over to the side. I don't want anything that looks like that staring straight at me. Like a little purse, maybe. Gosh, I don't know. Let's see. I have this little piece of spider web. She could be holding maybe just a little section of the web. I don't know. What do you think? Where's that? Ooh, we could put some of the web on her dress. See, I don't know. Go down that rabbit hole. Oh. Okay, just broke that piece. This does not want to come apart. I don't know, I'm trying to think what she could be holding. I mean, we could just give her a little purse of some kind, which might be cute, but I feel like, you know, I don't know that I want the web on her dress. I mean, she's an ant, so she wouldn't necessarily have a web. But ants eat pretty much everything, like they can overwhelm stuff. Like we could slide that up under there and she could be holding that. I think that might be fun. Let's give him a little bit of ink here, especially on his legs. You know, he kind of matches her outfit, right? Oh, this is too much fun. Seriously. Okay, let's cut around her hand here very gently. I know there are some people who will swear that you should use an X-Acto knife for this kind of stuff, but honestly, every time I use an X-Acto knife, I end up cutting pieces off of whatever I'm trying to cut, and the knife slips and I have trouble with it, and I just know that sooner or later I'm going to end up you know, slicing my finger with it. What do we think about that? She's kind of looking sideways over here. I like that. I like where she's holding that. So, okay. So let's glue that down, because this page really isn't going to get much more than this. And then we're going to work on that other page as a companion to it. All those little legs glued down. All those little creepy crawly legs. Oh. I am not a bug person, I can tell you. I can appreciate in the photographs and stuff of the ant heads and stuff that they're beautiful and they're not what people think and that kind of stuff, but I do not like bugs. And I don't want anything crawling on me. My daughter, on the other hand, actually enjoys little critters. She thought about for a while. She thought about becoming an entomologist. So that's how much she likes bugs. So I don't know. I'm not really sure how she's kin to me. But when she was a kid, if there was a bug got in the house, which it seldom happened, but if one did, and if the cats didn't catch it and kill it and eat it first, if we would find a bug, I would be like, like I'm gonna kill it now, that kind of stuff. And my daughter would come running, no, Mama, no. Please don't kill it. I'll take it outside. And she did. She would pick it up and take it up. I don't care what it was. Spiders, didn't matter. She'd scoop it up. She'd scoop it up. She'd go, here, fella. And she'd scoop it up and she'd carry it outside and put it in the backyard. And it's like, okay. All right. So she even had one of the first places she lived when she was in college. I don't think it was the first place she lived. I think it was the second little apartment she had when she was in college. There was a spider there when she moved in. And so she caught the spider and she gave it a little, she had an aquarium and she gave it a little empty space. She had a bigger aquarium, so she had a little smaller aquarium that was empty. So she gave it that, and she didn't put a lid on it. She let it, if it wanted to go in and out, it could. And she just let it live there. She'd feed it, like if she came across flies or something, she'd catch a fly, like kind of, dump it on the spider's web. And the spider lived with her for a long time. Oh, just gives me the creeps. I'm like, and I went to visit her and she's like, Mom, you don't want to go. I started over to look at the fish tank and she's like, you don't want to go too close to the fish tank. And I'm like, why not? And she's like, because the spider lives over there. And I'm like, oh, you're right. I hate spiders. I really, really hate spiders. So, all right. I'm liking that. And so I think now let's work on this one as the companion page. So we've got her looking this way, queen of the ants. She's riding on this carpet of ants. She has her little fly handbag that the workers have, caught for her. So we want this. Let's see. This is already coffee dyed and kind of darker, but I wonder about putting some ink on it too, some distress ink. Vintage photo. Where did my vintage photo go? There we go. So we do the corner. We'll do the edges here, but maybe just the kind of the whole thing. I think just kind of all of it, kind of just. I mean, it's already got those pearls on it, so I can't really get everywhere, but definitely go around and add just a little more to it. Just, more is more. Less is not more, more is more. All right. Okay, so something like that. I do think I want to try, I wonder if I should try it on a scrap piece of paper first. I don't want to mess up this nice background. Let me grab a scrap here. Let's see. Here's my scrap bag. Let's try it on this little kind of reddish piece. See how it does. Let's see if I do. Sounds like my kitty cats upstairs are having a good time. I hear them running back and forth. Thundering around. Though it could be Lochinvar. He went to the gym and he might be home. I think it might be Lochinvar. Alright, so I like this, but you really can't see it. It's definitely very clear. So I wonder about putting some, I wonder about putting some sparklies on it. Okay, give me just a second and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I want to show you a few of the things that I came up with. So this one, again, is the one we started with. It's very clear, which is okay, but you don't really see it. I'm not sure that it's going to really add very much to the background. So I pulled out some glitter. I got this one in the silver, which I really don't care for. I think it's a little overkill. It just doesn't seem to go as well. So I'm not super happy with that one. This is gold glitter, and then this is black glitter. And I like the black, but again, I'm not sure. I mean, the black might look really good, you know, behind here, because it might be a little more subtle. But the gold seems to be pretty. I think I like the gold best. This one is a glitter glue stick. So this is some of these that came from Dollar Tree. It's one of these. So it's just the Crafter Square glitter glue sticks. And that's a lot easier. And I think it's a little less shiny, which makes it a little more subtle. I think I like the glitter glue stick. So I think we're going to go with that one. And so my thought is to just kind of create some points coming in. So I don't know, I'm trying to decide, should I just kind of make a web in the background and then put this on top of it? Or should I try to connect some of the points? Should we glue it down and then connect some of the points? Maybe we'll just go ahead and do a few of the points, kind of holding it in place so that we can pull it back out and add some glue behind it. Of course, I need a new stick. Hopefully I'll have enough of this glitter glue. I only have a few little sticks, so. I think I want to be sure it connects though, out to the edges. Just a little here. Okay, so we've got that, and we know we're not really going to see behind it, so maybe we'll just do a few more connectors to it. Just to make more of a lacy, loopy web look. Because we're really only going to see the edges here. I'm not going to see the rest of it. Be sure that connects, maybe even a little more out here along the edge. Just to insinuate that the web is a little bigger. especially at the corners here. Okay, what do we think about that? Yeah, I like that. I think I could actually pull it down even a little more. So maybe even just a little more of a loop where, so you can see. Dragging this on this. Okay, let me grab, let's see, do I have a plain glue stick to help feed that the rest of the way through? Okay, I like that. I want to go ahead and glue this down. Do we want to, well, maybe I want to, I don't want to use up all my gold glitter here before I decide. Do we want to put a little bit on the top of this? Maybe. Maybe just some really thin gossamer. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to tie it together nicely, I think. I think just by backing it off and moving it, we get a really thin kind of gossamer line there. And then that's just going to play into what's behind it. Okay. All right. I think we're down to clear, so I've apparently stuck some of that here. It's just going to glue it to the table, but all right, now we just need to bead some glue under there to finish gluing it down. All right, I'm going to go ahead and use hot glue to glue it down, not just because I've got hot glue all over here, but also because the corrugated texture is going to make it hard for something else to grip. So, oh, come on, there we go. Just want to hold that so it sticks. Maybe I should have gotten out a different glue gun and put clear glue in it and glued it down to begin with, and then wouldn't have to go up under this, but alas. This seems to be doing okay. And the hot glue tends to like to stick to a cell, so it's not too bad. It's really just holding it in place while it hardens a little. I guess the good news is if you get a little bit out on the edge, you know, you've got all this other glue around, so it doesn't really matter. I just want to be sure. Just want to be sure it stays put. right. I like that. And I like the little bit of gold, like kind of, it looks like it's kind of going back into it, which makes it look like more like it's incorporated. Got a little bit of heavy gold there. I want to peel it off without maybe, let's see. Cutting some of it, a little too much. I don't know. I think we'll have to just deal with that. Some of the lines are heavier and some of them are not, but we definitely have that spider web feel, so that's what we're going for. So let's take a look at some of the spiders here. So I've got a clear one. These have a sticky back, and I may go ahead and put some hot glue on them just to hold them. Let's see. Let's put the ant queen next to it to see how many spiders we need here. Let's see. She's kind of taking a look. I think we need one here, maybe one here, and then a third one down here. Do we want them all the same? I've got those two, and oops, here we go. Dropping stuff, and then we have a little gold one up here. Maybe they're going to meet him. He's an invader. Yeah, I think that's nice. I don't have 3 different ones, so if we want 3, we'll definitely need to use 2 of something. This has a couple little things here to give it some dimension, so maybe if we just add a little hot glue on that. I like how the pearls here kind of go with the pearls on this. That's fun. Okay, this one is sticking to the paper more than it's sticking to the okay, let's try to put that back on there. There. Okay, and then one more up here, I think. Okay. All right, I'm liking that a lot. I think that's fun and interesting. Gives us a fun spider web over here, but then we've got our ant queen taking a look at it, trying to decide maybe whether or not to send her ants to attack the spiders, do battle with them, you know, because I think the ants would probably win in the end because there's so many of them. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, you might want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any content. I really appreciate your time. And as I said earlier, if you hang on for a few seconds, you'll get to see a little bit of footage of our fall decorations. So until next time, remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Bye.